What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. All right, guys, check this out. So, I made a video yesterday that I feel went over a lot of people's heads, but it's okay. I know what I'm doing. There's levels to this. A lot of people made videos yesterday talking about how Sony is trying to block this deal again. I saw titles like Jim Ryan speaks again and Sony talks about the acquisition again. Everything, the titles all pretty much seem the same. I dropped my video a little bit later. I thought to myself, what can I title this video? What can I say in this video so that I could get my point across and get people's attention? Aha, tug at their heartstrings. God of War is not enough. Now, it's all fair in love and war, right? So I know what type of comments I was gonna get in the comments section with something like that. Some people I'm sure probably commented it without watching the video. But for those that watch the video, there's a certain level of ponyism that seems to drop your IQ. And it brings it to a point where you focus on what the video is not actually about. The video is about not me saying God of War is not enough, but Sony saying God of War is not enough. Now, before you get all smart on me and say, Doc, show me where Sony said this, I'm going to explain to you how language works. You can say things without saying it specifically or verbatim, meaning this, okay? If you were to ask me, Doc, how good is the steak at that restaurant? And I say to you, I'm never eating at that restaurant again. I will never order steak from that restaurant again. I didn't tell you that that steak was horrible, but the common sense brain can figure out that that's exactly what I mean. And vice versa. If you said, Doc, how's the steak at that restaurant? And I said to you, from this point forward, I'm only buying steak from that restaurant. Then to you, the common sense brain, that would mean, holy cow, the steak must be amazing. Even though I didn't say that exactly, I didn't say that verbatim. But you can bring that two and two together, right? That's why the whole we believe in generations things is a thing, because people with common sense understand that when he was asked that question, in the context in which he was asked that question, when he said we believe in generation, he was answering to the fact, are you going to do the same thing that Microsoft is doing? And he was alluding to the fact that no, we're not. We believe in moving on. But you can pretend to act dumb if you want. With all that being said, when Sony says that the Activision deal is detrimental to their gamers and it puts them in a place where they can't compete, and that Microsoft has huge market shares in services, and pretty much like, do not let this happen because it will destroy us, right? This is what it sounds like. Don't let this happen because this will destroy us. Essentially, what they're saying is God of War is not enough. What they're saying is our exclusive titles are not good enough to hold up the PlayStation brand. They're not good enough. They're good, they're great, but on their own, they're not good enough. And this is where the rest of the ponies get this wrong. When they see me bring up Nintendo, they say things like, there goes an Xbot bringing up Nintendo to bring down Sony. No, that's not what I'm doing. All I'm trying to do is help you see help you see that that narrative that you have, that exclusives are the reason why the PS5 exists or is thriving, is not. Nintendo thrives off of exclusives. I'm not using Nintendo to knock Sony down. I'm using Nintendo to prove to you that that narrative does not fly with the PS5. That's all it is. So when you look at the 10 most sold games last year or the year before that, okay? The majority of those games, whether you like to believe it or not, are multi-plat, meaning most games that people buy, you can play on both consoles. Okay? Now, you will see Nintendo games on that top 10 list that you can only play on Nintendo. So Nintendo actually has that exclusive title where exclusive matters for their console. Don't be mad at me. Sony is saying this. Sony is admitting that their exclusive titles are not enough. I don't understand why you get upset with me. Well, I do, because I knew exactly what I was doing, tugging at your heartstrings, and it actually worked. The other thing about God of War that's very interesting is that anybody that critiques this game at all automatically is salty, which is interesting because all I said about God of War is that to me it looks like a lot of the other game, and people say, well, that's what a sequel is. Okay, so you agree. So you agree that it looks a lot like the other game. Okay. I didn't say it looked bad. I just said I'm not buying it day and date. And then I also mentioned that he can't jump, which is also a fact. Yet that hurt your soul. That elevated your estrogen levels to the point where you couldn't comprehend that what I was saying was in fact a fact. So you resort to saying that I'm salty. Oh man, sometimes I make this way too easy. But I don't want you to miss the point. The point is, I didn't say these exclusive titles aren't enough. Sony did. Sony did. Because if the exclusive titles were enough, it wouldn't matter that this game was taken off. And then you got the geniuses. Shout out to Cowboy and Now Your Mama Knows. Talking about Doc is all about money. No, Sherlock. No, we know why they're doing it. But that means that their exclusive titles don't bring them enough money, Cowboy. I mean, Nintendo ain't tripping, right? I mean, Stadia clearly ain't tripping either, right? Stadia's your preferred platform. So again, it gets very, very interesting to see the emotions behind all of this. I got to figure out what to call this title to make sure the same amount of people jump in on this one. I even had somebody say that they were going to unsubscribe because I hurt their feelings. I appreciate your support for the amount of time that you were here. I really do. With all that being said, it's not me saying it. Sony said their exclusives are not enough. Before somebody else says in the comment section, Doc's probably going to buy this day and date anyways. I promise you, no, I won't. And if somebody says, well, Doc doesn't buy games day and date, I bought Forbidden West. I bought Forbidden West when it came out. I bought Ratchet and Clank when it came out. And I even upgraded the Spider-Man to Spider-Man Remastered. So if I want to, I can buy games. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. Why did I buy Forbidden West? Because I'm a huge fan of Zero Dawn. Huge fan of Zero Dawn. I think Zero Dawn is a great game. Definitely way better than Forbidden West. So I bought Forbidden West to see what it's like. And it was all right. I'm glad that I only paid $60 for it. Ratchet and Clank was all right. Spider-Man Remastered, had fun playing that. Wish I didn't have to pay $20 for the upgrade, but it is what it is. So, salty for God of War? Not at all. You should be salty at PlayStation for admitting, or salty at yourself for believing that Sony and Nintendo are on the same level. Not using Nintendo to bring down Sony, just stating facts. They're not on the same level. Microsoft's not on that level either. Before somebody comes in and comment, well, what did Microsoft drop the whole year? Is Microsoft on? No, they're not. When it comes to the value proposition, that's a whole different argument. And that's why Microsoft is relevant right now. And Sony knows that if this Activision deal goes through, that value proposition is going to be even more. Dog 1985, yo, there's levels to this. Don't get mad at the facts. Get out of your emotion. Listen to what people are saying and logically extract from it. Kratos can't jump, no matter how salty you think I am. He cannot. It does look more like God of War 2018, the same. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Yes, that's what a sequel looks like, so we agree. Stop being inadequate. We out. Peace.